And welcome
Let
to
her live, dude.
the All or Nothing Show.
It's the most soft shit every fucking day.
I mean, it does get like
God.
redundant and like, hey,
It's speaking just to hear yourself talk is what it is.
yeah,
Well, this is kind of a topic I wanted to talk to y'all about later in the show.
yeah,
But we can get into it now if you want.
go.
Do you ever
Bring the
feel
fire.
like having more people come into like a hobby or like, let's say fitness, for example, how prevalent is fitness now, or like lifting with gyms like commercial worldwide, whereas it might have been harder to access back in the golden day? But do you ever feel like that dilutes it or dilutes the culture or makes it worse because you have these like, you know, just love yourself, just feel good, like, you know, if it's extreme it's a disorder or something like that mentality that comes
Yeah,
in?
it's almost like lifting used to be like there's lifting culture, but really what we are talking about is like the subculture within lifting that is bodybuilding or the subculture powerlifting. You know, it's not just general fitness. And I think it's very similar to like when you find a band, right, that is like super new,
Yeah.
not very known, you're like, I love this music. And you know, they were describing this on like Joe Rogan's podcast. It was him and the singer for Counting Crows. And he was
Mr.
basically talking
Jones.
about, and he was basically talking about how, you know, you find that band and you love them and you're like, man, this is a great band. I love all their music. But then, you know, like the public or like, you know, a couple guys at work that have shit music taste that just listen to pop music, listen to whatever. Well, once your band becomes popular and they're like, oh yeah, I like this song. And you're like, no, you like shit music. So if you like this music, I don't want to associate myself with your like opinions and your interests and things like that. And so it makes you like dislike the band or the group that you were like, you know, you loved from the, you know, when you knew them underground. You know what I'm saying? You ever had bands like that or things like that, you know? Like, oh, I knew them before they were big.
One Direction.
And now that they're big, they suck. You know?
Yeah, I've had bands. Well, some of the bands that the scenarios I'm thinking about are they get bigger and they dilute themselves. It's not even the fact
Yeah.
that like new people listen to them
I
or
think
people
it's
that I
both,
don't like.
though. You may
They
not
try
even
to
realize
appeal
it.
to
They
the
try and
mass.
reach
That-
a
for
broader,
sure.
and
That too.
they reach that broader sound, that broader, more lyrics, just repetitive lyrics, and it's like, oh, y'all
And
used to be cool.
That's where lifting's at right now, to where it was like, okay, only the hardcores are doing bodybuilding. You know, you're in like grimy gyms. You're not in this like, you know, super bright, you know, machine-based environment. Well, now it's few and far between gyms like Iron Built Gym or Powerhouse or wherever where, you know, they're lifting centered. It's a lot of these gyms that are catered towards families. I mean, AmFam, you know, they got the classes. They have the daycare. They have the basketball court.
Yeah.
They're trying to just cater to everyone and get everyone. And business-wise,
That's business.
that's great. You have a broader demographic. That means, you know, more potential customers, more potential money. But when it comes to like the culture, you know, everyone is wearing Gymshark now. It's not even just people in the gym. I see MMA fighters now. They're like sponsored wearing Gymshark, or even people outside of like the fitness, you know, sphere are wearing like Gymshark or you know, these different fitness related brands. You know, you're seeing some things like Alpha Elite or Ghost are sponsoring these gamers now. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like this culture that you were so proud to be a part of, and you feel like, you know, no one really understands me, but the people in my clique do, you know, and you feel like, you know, I may not have people at work that understand my meal prep and all this, you know, walking around with a water jug. At least I feel like, you know, this is my thing, though, and I feel happy to be a part of it. And once everyone starts, you know, getting on that, you just don't feel like you have that, like, smaller clique anymore. It's kind of like recently, you know, I've been really into MMA the past 2 years, been watching specifically UFC, but even some other organizations every single weekend. Like, I don't miss fights. I don't just watch the main card. I watch them all through. So I feel like I really get an understanding for not only the sport, but certain fighters. So then when I'll fucking bag on Trick. So when Trick comes in and he's like, oh yeah, I watch the fights. You know, he watched the pay-per-view fight or whatever. He watched just the main cards, and, you know, he'll start talking about it, or like other people talk about it. And I feel like it's almost like diluting my special like interest or my special thing, because I'm like, no, you don't really understand the fighters or the history behind so and so or this fight. You only watch the top shit. It's like
you
only
barely
watching.
adopted the darkness.
It's like only watching the Super Bowl and then trying to talk, you know, play by play on like, you know, the first game of the season. It's like you don't really understand it, man. So that's what I think is happening to like fitness overall. It's just getting diluted.
Yeah, and that is, I guess diluted is a good word for it, because it's almost weird, because when more and more people start to become a part of that, you're like, okay, good. Like, I like this. It's done a lot for me. And it's good that other people are having that happen to them too. But then it's almost like the term itself, or like the community itself, then changes to like mold to this, like you said, broader audience. But then it's like, what I now liked out of fitness is like deemed too much, or like other things like that too, that it's almost like looked down upon now in my own community. So it's weird that, I don't know, it's
like you become the minority in your
more.
own culture, you know?
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's a good thing, but also has its cons as well.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, it opens up doors to people that didn't know about becoming better or challenging themselves, and finding the tools to, I guess, create a better life and body.
Yeah.
But then some of that comes in and filters into this ecosystem, and like you said, or y'all have said, dilutes it, makes it a little softer. Oh, we're doing good, let's not go that hard type thing. So I think it's good that there are communities that are being built like Iron Built, and other smaller gyms that are, bringing that hard work factor back into it, a place to train, not to just get away or do a spa or like a sauna and like spin class. It's coming here, train with intent, become better, and keep moving forward.
I feel that way in the same way, and I'm not really like a part of this, but in terms of like people that do like the camper van stuff, or like go travel and like make content based around there. Because before, I feel like there used to be more of a respect for the land or like other things like that, and now you go to some of these places and everybody's got a drone out, and like, before, when it was a little bit smaller, people would just take time to, make sure they're by themselves.
They
or
were
like,
doing it to do
it.
Yeah,
doing it to do it, not just to post it. But it's almost weird that, now that this is more mainstream, you try to look for places that people don't know about now too, to where, it might be not as great of a view or other things like that, but at least like nobody else is out there, and like it doesn't feel like a theme park or something now all of a sudden. So I don't know. It is weird how things kind of shift. But I almost feel like as they shift, you get a greater appreciation for like what appeals to you, or like what you can kind of still keep for yourself within that community too, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's like you stumble upon something, whether it's a hobby, a person, a group, whatever, and you feel special and you love it, and you want to share it with the world, but once it gets shared, you don't feel as special anymore.
Yeah.
And so overall, it's a net gain, because everyone gets to appreciate and utilize so-and-so hobby, fitness, whatever, because overall it impacts and empowers a lot of people, but it doesn't make you feel as special as you once did, Yeah. But things like that can't stay that way forever. If it's really that great, it will spread, and, probably for the better.
Yeah. I can think back, working out in the corporate gym, like Gold's.
Yeah.
Some evenings it'd be shoulder to shoulder in that joint, and a lot of people dicking around, BSing. Not that I'm some serious like, oh, it's get the fuck out. Hey,
Do
guys,
it to the side.
Yeah.
To the side.
Guys, not in front of me.
But it does take away from like the special feeling, of having like a more secluded gym like this, and that it isn't shoulder to shoulder, and you can just it's you, it's more so an experience for you, and not just like very loud, busy, people just dicking around, which brings your energy down involuntarily, whether you know it or not, or people are just around you, just like humming and hawing.
True.
Your energy comes down for sure.
Catch me up on the weekend.
So weekend was pretty decent. What the fuck? Did you hear most of the day Friday?
Yeah, I think I left around like 3 or 4.
Okay. Well, Friday, did we do anything Friday? We just shot we shot some content with people that hopefully we'll have something coming soon for that.
Did we shoot about the packaging Friday, or was that?
Yeah, I saw
we did.
Or, no, I think that was the day before.
Oh.
Maybe. I could be wrong. I like the video, though.
Well, we shot some content for sure over the past few days.
Yeah, y'all were busy, I feel
rolling.
like. The low budget guy coming in clutch.
Low budget's moving up. He's
Low
been on
budget's
medium budget.
been on emergency call.
Low budget's
He has
getting
been.
after it.
Been pulling a few strings to get him out here. But, it was good. And by the way, speaking of packaging, hopefully we'll have something unveiled. Keep your eyes peeled for, obviously, any platform, social media, newsletters, with some hype around some new packaging.
Put it
and
this way.
a new experience.
Once Over comes back, you better get a stack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
Listen,
good ride.
it's like McDonald's. It's like you're gonna want to get the kids meal so you get the toy. Don't fuck around and get off the dollar menu.
No.
Go ahead, get the full meal. You're gonna want to get the full meal.
You're going to love it.
Yeah. Like Krispy Kreme, too. Why get one donut when you can get a dozen
Fucking
donuts?
A.
Yeah. What are you,
Yeah.
broke?
Right? But did that, and yeah, just keeping things rolling.
Funny skit posted today.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the time you're listening to it, it's been up.
Yep.
Go check it out. Share it.
Pretty
24
funny.
hours
Giggle.
is up now.
24/7. Yeah, we started that Thursday, Wednesday,
gym.
Thursday. The gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, not GYMFLO.
Yeah.
The gym. Yeah, it's been 24/7. No major hiccups.
Does it feel like a weight off your shoulders now?
It does. It feels weird leaving here and just trusting our members. Some members I feel 100% about. Others I've had to keep tabs on. But, with that, they know what's up and people stay in line. So it's all good. But no, it's going really well. For the most part, everything's put away. Lights are, turned off as often as they can. I understand that, sometimes people don't really think, oh, I'm the only one here. It's 2 a.m. or midnight. Probably just hit off the lights because whoever comes in, they can just turn them on. But no big deal. It's not a massive hit to the energy bill. It's not something that they have to do. But other than that, everything's been going smooth. We had a little hiccup with the door Saturday.
Yeah. Tell me the story on that.
So, and it wasn't
You were
like
the first to
gym
notice?
is falling apart. It's just something was done to the door.
Everything here is held together with bubble gum and tape.
Thanks to Keith.
Some days it might seem like that, but that's what makes it special.
Yeah.
Well, I was working out. I came in Saturday and I was hitting chest. I was going to do chest and back. And first set in, Amber runs over to me and she's like, "Hey, the door's off the wall." I said, I didn't click. I said, "What?" She said, "The door is off the wall." I was wondering what door. I was like, all right. So I walked up to the front with her, and the front door is like hanging on by a thread. And I was like, oh, shit. All right. Well, thank you for letting me know. So I tried to put the door, like lean it back against the building, and I hit Brock up because it was like the only fucking day where it was like 40 degrees and raining
Yeah.
its balls off, too.
Yeah,
It
and
was
of course,
cold, too.
I had to leave real quick to get home.
Yeah.
And Maddie wasn't, she's been gone this weekend.
And out of any day it could have happened. It happened on the rainiest,
On the
coldest
rainy
day.
day, yeah.
And
On a Saturday,
so I was like, all right, well, let me choke that door up. I'll put a bunch of signs up real quick to let people know to go through the other door.
Yeah.
Started getting people to go through that door, and that door is having a little issue itself, which hopefully will maybe get squared out in the long run. But anyways, door's back on the wall.
Yeah, luckily I called the guy,
Yeah.
and it took a little bit, but he did get here and fixed it up within like 30 minutes Saturday. So it was maybe like a 2-hour hiccup, but it definitely was a major issue when your front door is not on the building. But other than that, it wasn't a fault of like our software or system. It was literally just like we had to fix something on the door. However, it was fixed. It wasn't done properly, so the guy took care of it. Luckily, the business is very local, so they hopefully did a permanent job this time. But besides that, things been going smooth. No new equipment probably this week or next, but hopefully the following week, some cool stuff coming, and slowly but surely turn this place into something even cooler.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I guess we need to sit down and finalize more on July.
Oh,
So
fuck
that's coming
yeah.
up soon. It's already June 1st.
No, it's got to be this week. I told Henry Joe I'd go over there today or tomorrow and talk to him.
Get a sampler while you're there.
So
Maybe.
update me a little bit. How's the cut been going?
Yeah. Today is day 7 or 8
For both
of my
y'all.
summer shred, and endpoint still June 30th for now. But maybe I'll go further once I get there. We'll see, but I doubt it. Might want to switch it up and do something different. But it's been going good. Weight has been steadily going down every day, which has been awesome because I don't feel like I'm suffering at a point of suffering. But as long as my weight's moving, there's no need to suffer anymore. Just keep it steady. But started off at 201.2, about like 8 days ago, 8 days ago, and now I'm 193 flat this morning.
Dang.
And hopefully,
8 pounds in a week.
yeah. So,
It's all water, bro.
Is it
All
carb
water.
cycling?
no, I just steady. I just hit my calories.
Yeah.
Just
It's
2,700.
crazy how just eating less and doing cardio just works.
The same
It's actually
macros
from the
percentages.
fever.
Yeah. Because my carbs are still pretty high. They're right at around 400 per protein's like right under 200, and fats are pretty low.
You do stupid low fats. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my
Which I'm
fats are like
surprised.
45.
45. Yeah.
Do you like it being that low?
I don't
Like-
really feel a difference.
Really, the only
whole
place
lot.
you really get fats though. What? Because I know every meal is basically
Eggs.
rice and chicken. Really,
So I
just
do 3
eggs.
whole eggs in the morning, and then at night I do 2 tablespoons of peanut butter.
peanut butter. That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Dang, that
For the
sounds
most
good.
part,
Yeah.
I get fats from I do peanut butter in a smoothie in the morning, and then it's really the peanut butter and cottage cheese at the end of the day. Especially since I don't do eggs in the morning anymore. Usually I'm low in fats. I hit like 60 grams throughout the day naturally,
Yeah.
so I'm not super high in them either. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not 40
Creamy
grams.
or crunchy?
Creamy. If I'm making a sandwich, I'd like it crunchy. But in
Really?
a smoothie,
I don't know who
you can't
likes
tell the
crunchy.
difference.
I
love
used
crunchy.
to get this kind. I haven't found it. There were 2 things in Montana that I
You like
used to
that
love
Skippy
from
shit.
Costco.
Oh,
no.
fuck Skippy.
One was a
You
great
Skippy
cottage
bitch.
cheese, and then the other one was I
Crunchy,
don't like it.
crunchy
Yeah,
cottage
a little
cheese.
crunch. It was kind of like blue
the fuck
cheese,
is
a little
crunchy
mold
cottage
at the
cheese?
top.
I just fucking.
But then the other one was this big size of crunchy peanut butter, and I used to in the morning just dip a banana into it and eat it off. It was really
How do you
good.
dip a banana? I feel like it
I
falls
feel like
off.
it's mush into
Well,
it.
it was
Yeah.
like so big that it would separate out, so you stir it a little bit.
Oh, you get that
some
natural
oil.
shit.
Yeah,
Natural
yeah.
crunch.
That natural crunch.
Mm.
But
Damn,
no, it was
makes me
good.
want some.
I
now.
feel like now crunchy peanut butter. They just throw the shells in there.
yeah.
and hit blend. Or
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah,
They're like,
maybe.
enjoy.
They'll deal with it.
Yeah.
There is a different flavor to it, but I always assume it's just because like the
Nah.
peanuts there. But
Yeah.
Fuck that. Go
Oh.
creamy.
Orange juice, pulp or no pulp?
I like some pulp.
if I get, it's definitely got to be some pulp. But if I had to do one or the other, I'm going to go all pulp.
Yeah.
Like
Put
full
a lip
pulp.
in.
Yeah, because I like that little like.
I feel like it's
Not that I'm
more like
chewing on it,
pure.
yeah.
but it gives it some
You
consistency.
like that little thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But cut's going good to polish that off.
Good.
Don't plan on doing anything else calorie wise. Cardio's been pretty consistent. I don't think I've been crushing it. Some days I'll do like 5-6 miles on the bike, which is like 15 minutes. Yesterday I did the most miles I've ever done. 15.
Nice. Dang.
Yeah, it took me like 30, a little over 30 minutes. And I felt like it was a pretty good pace. Had the gym to myself, which helped a lot because I had the
Nice.
music fucking blasting and I was
He's
just
just
pumping.
screaming.
Nickelback.
No, a lot of Limp Bizkit.
I figured it was
A lot.
limp,
Give him
yeah.
something to break.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
fucking just hustling. I feel like my average was really good for, but I paid for it this morning with today's leg workout. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
my hips and hamstrings, adductors were just tight from pumping that steady, consistent, just that.
Yeah.
But it was good. Anyways, going to keep the same thing going for the next week, and as long as weight is moving, I'm not touching anything.
I was going to tell y'all too, update on the podcast after we talked about goal stuff. I texted Brock. I went and got a little tiny like moleskin kind of like pocket journal to carry around.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was finding that I was going to get like a spiral one just to have it be able to lay flat and be open. But this one is really nice just to be able to keep around with you and like always have. But
Where'd you get that from?
Target.
Okay.
It was like $12.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, it was kind
If you
of
bought,
pricey.
I bought a leather bound,
Yeah,
100%
artisan.
hide. Yeah.
But
Made with real cow.
it
leather.
is nice because I just was like, I don't know. It's nice to actually see it in front of you. I feel like
You have
and
it with
to
you?
be able to. Yeah, it's in my backpack.
Ooh.
Oh, not close.
You
by.
sweat.
Yeah.
Oh,
shit.
fuck. I didn't bring it.
But I will say Brock has a great method of keeping a planner and
I need to make
goals
a
out.
YouTube.
Don't
I need-
blow this dude up.
I need to make a YouTube
But-
video on it. It's
no,
fucking
no,
good.
you need to patent this.
I do
I'm
need
gonna
to patent it.
I'm gonna see if you can get a custom moleskin, and I'm gonna give this to you for Christmas because
Oh,
I
fuck.
want you to trademark it and
I do
sell
need to
it.
trademark that shit.
I can
So
hook you up.
It's very good. So I won't say too much about it, but maybe DM Brock about it.
Yeah.
and, he
Maybe
can-
we can work
yeah,
something out.
he can do a business deal.
Yeah.
But I will
It is
say
pretty good.
it is very nice. I wrote out like tangible goals for stuff that we talked about last week, and it feels good to at least I kind of like put in hard things to work towards, and then also to be able to work towards those like non-negotiables for habit related stuff. So it is nice to actually like feel that like there's two different kind of methods of approach for both of those. So
I like it too because you can look at it and you got your, like I said, like your work. You'll know what I'm talking about. Your
Yeah,
work
yeah,
on
yeah.
one side, your life to dos on the other side,
and then at the bottom
and
is
at
your
the bottom your
schedule.
schedule. But you can look at it and say, okay,
Fill in the
looks like
cracks.
Tuesday I don't have that much going on. Well, let me knock out groceries that day. Or you look at Wednesday, you're like, all right, a little busy. why don't we like cram this in on this day so that Thursday I have time to do X, Y, Z? Like you can see it from like a macro perspective. Like if you're on the battlefield, you can kind of see that aerial view of everything.
Let me be devil's advocate.
Yeah.
What's so special? Why can't I do this on Gmail calendar or something like that?
I just find that writing out.
Not that I'm like for or against, but I'm sure people can be like, well, I can do that with my phone.
So
why do I need a physical book?
Use the phone reminders a lot, but I find that between phone reminders and phone calendar, I don't like it being spread out across multiple apps, and I also feel like I'm the type, which y'all already know, but I keep all notifications off on my phone. Like I'd keep it on Do Not Disturb.
He's got an addiction.
Yeah, I don't like to be bothered. But then when my phone reminders come up, I usually don't see them. Or I find that they almost fade into the background. When I see them a lot, I just kind of tune them out almost.
Yeah, I was going to say people probably just ignore apps easier, but when you have it like written down and you have to manually write it, it's kind of like...
and it's so easy to just, quick type, forget about it, but when you actually write it out, I feel like it just
there's the thing that teachers always used to say, like, you can type your notes, but studies show that writing it makes you learn it better. And I think it's the same concept with writing something down. You actually, and that's why they say, like, write down your goal and put it on your fridge or wherever, so you see it every single day. It's just a little bit easier.
I think it does hold more weight. Probably if you wrote it down in your own hand, writing, and looked at it, than you just typing it.
Yeah.
It probably just it somehow mentally holds a little bit more weight to you, probably.
Absolutely.
And also, I'm guilty of this as well. Every time I turn my phone on, if there is a notification at the top, I'll check that first before I'll do any work on my phone.
Yeah.
Let me catch up real quick. And next thing you know, 30
Oh
shit.
Gosh.
30 minutes later, you're fucking in the wormhole of social media or some bullshit, not getting anything done. Which can happen to the best of us.
That's the biggest thing why I like to write out my workout and not have it on my phone, because otherwise, next thing you know, 5-10 minutes, you lost your pump.
What's your big, hairy, scary goal for the month? Are you able to talk about that? Just one?
What's your big, hairy, audacious goal?
Yeah, that's right. Whatever.
You fucked it up.
Big, hairy nut.
Big, hairy, scary nuts.
Big, hairy nuts goal.
Well,
your balls are out of your pants type deal. We're pulling them out. We're going big.
I honestly feel like...
What is it? Just house something?
Well, I did work on a lot of house stuff this weekend, so I was showing y'all. Yeah. But I would say, like, continue to do that. As far as physique stuff goes, I was telling you, I honestly have never had a week consistent of eating on my meal plan. Mm-hmm. So I would like to at least, like, lock in for that. And I wrote everything out, how I'm going to do it, like measurements and stuff like that, as far as, like, food volume. But it's usually very hard for me to, like, I don't know.
You know what they say, Griffin? Nothing to it but to do it.
That's true. I almost feel like, though, do y'all ever get this way to where I feel like I'll have everything ready to go, and then as soon as I'm like, okay, everything's good, I start to think, well, what if I had this? Or like, what if I
don't do that.
Or other things like that.
I just say, I'm eating this for the day, and that's it.
I know.
You got to slap yourself around.
I wish I could almost shock myself and just, like wipe the thought out of my head.
Therapy.
You almost got to stop yourself before you analyze something. You just grab it and just do it.
That's actually something I was going to talk to you about too, that this was a long time ago, but when I used to listen to more of like the Jocko podcast, somebody had written him and asked, like, how do I stop doing a behavior that I don't want to do anymore? And he talked about kind of identifying that moment, like right when you're about to do it. A lot of times, let's say I don't want to drink this, and you just kind of do it without thinking, but kind of just finding that moment where you can kind of be aware of what you're about to do, and then stop it right then and there.
That trigger.
Do y'all ever have anything like that you just kind of talked about it a second ago, but that you identify like right when you're about to do it? Because I don't know, I just find that sometimes I have good intentions, and then sometimes when I have a hard day or like get busy, I'm like, oh well, I understand. Treat yourself.
Nothing dramatic comes to mind except kind of two things. One is like with ab work. Sometimes I'll get to like the end of like a chest and back workout, and I'm tired, and I'm like, let me just do one of the exercises, or let me just kind of cut it here, or something like that, and I'll try and be like, nope. And on my runs, similar to like you, when you're like, oh, I'll just do 3 today, and then you're like, nope, we're doing 4
Guess
just
we're gonna
because
do
I
another
said
one.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess we're going to do another one. So it's a little bit of that sometimes with running too. It's like, oh, you just had your mind 12 and you said, just do 10. Fuck, we're doing 12, you know?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of that. But a little update on my cut and how that's been going. I'm like 10 weeks in, and I feel like I've told
10
you on
weeks.
I told you on the podcast
It's on that
how,
52-week cut, bruh.
Wow.
just kidding.
well, normally I do like 10
Yeah,
to
10 to
12
12
weeks,
weeks.
but I've been a little bit slow on this one because I think I've just not been going. I've not been giving it the full effort like usual. Multiple factors, but no one really gives a shit. But the past few weeks have been much better. Been like a pound and a half consistently dropping. So I started off around like 196, and I've been consistently like 187 now. So like on average, I'm like a pound a week. So I'm actually happy with where I'm at. I'm just hoping to get to 180 a little bit sooner rather than later. So probably go for like another 4 or 5 weeks. We'll see. And because strength really hasn't dropped except the past like week or two. I've noticed a little bit of a decrease, but feeling good. Finally, I feel like my legs and knee and IT band's good to go. I did 30 miles this past week, which was the most mileage I've ever had in a week. I also was able to run 12 miles Thursday, which is the longest I've ran since I heard it. And that was like a scary moment. I was telling you a little bit about it yesterday because I was basically just looping my neighborhood a shit ton of times because that seems to not bother my leg too much. And I also, I don't know, I like running the same trail or the same thing consistently because you have these mental mile markers and you kind of can think of it as far as like laps, but it's not as boring as a trail because at least you're kind of like, or as a track, just because you are seeing like, different things and you're moving. But I ran what was 6 laps. It was 8 miles, and I knew my watch was getting closer to dying. And then I looked down after I finished that last lap, and I was like, fuck, my watch died.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I just lost 8 miles of progress, 8 miles of tracking this. And even though I know I like mentally did it, there's just something, and that's something I kind of want to dive into a little bit, was there something about having the app or having like the post that proves you did it,
I was wondering about that, why you would stop to charge your watch. I didn't think that was a Brock thing to do.
Well, one is because I have no clue exactly how far I'm going, so that matters.
Until you pee blood.
Until
Yeah.
the wheels
That's the
fall off,
Goggins
bro.
way.
Yeah, so I charged for like 20 minutes, got back out there, finished the last 4, so I did 12 miles. And luckily it saved my progress, which I thought was pretty incredible that the watch or the app did that. But yeah, I stopped because I don't know. It's good data to see exactly what you're doing because I can kind of guess. Okay, a lap is roughly like 1.3 miles on this, but you never really know for sure.
Yeah.
It's good to see your pace, but it was something I was thinking about the other day. On that day specifically was, what would it be like if I ran a marathon and let's say my watch died midway and I completed it, or I completed whatever goal. Maybe I ran a PR time or something that I could verify, but I had no like app or objective data or video of a 500-pound deadlift PR to prove it. But I know I did it. I know factually for sure. I know the truth. I did it.
Back in high
How
school,
would you
I
feel-
used to bench 405.
How would you feel, telling people about that? Because I almost feel like I feel like it's almost wasteful to run the marathon or to pull 500 if I can't show everyone I did it. And it's not because I want to show off, but
yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm
I
like
get
thinking
it,
about
but
it.
at the
Tangible
same
proof.
time,
You're doing it for you.
You should know deep in your mind, like if you were to come up to us, you didn't have any proof. You said, "Hey, I just ran this marathon at this pace. It's fucking
Yeah.
sick and it's lightning fast." And even though me and Griffin could be like, "Oh, he's bullshitting," or we
Yeah.
could believe you 100%, you should be able to know in the back of your
No,
mind
you did it.
you could do it fucking again if you wanted to.
That's the thing I was also thinking about. I was like, at least I know I could do it again, and it's in there.
You've done it once.
But there's just something about almost having that like proof about something.
Yeah.
That just makes you feel like, yeah, I pulled 500, I benched whatever. Like, here it is. Here's what, like, for sure. Just having that verification, almost not like other people's approval or believing you, but just having the factual data. I don't know. It was just something I was thinking about on my run. I was like, I almost would rather just not even run it until I know I can like factually do it. I don't know.
Does that help
Something I was
you-
thinking about. I don't know where to go with
like,
it.
I feel like it's or like a broken up or kind of like scattered form of competition. Because if you think about competition, that's the point of competition. Because if everybody can do something, you need to figure out who can like do it the best.
That's a good way.
And that's what the trophy or the award or whatever represents. Because like I used to do the spelling bees, and I would always win. But it's like, how do you know like who's the best or like who can actually do this? It's the plaque or like it's the competition or the award or the ribbon or something like that. And I feel like, you know, now in today's day and age, or for more individual like events or sports or other things like that, then that video or that picture or whatever it is your like trophy or your award of being able to show, oh, I did this, I can do this, or other things.
Yeah, it's like
that.
a show of proof. But it made me really think about like, man, am I like a phony? Am I doing it for like likes or like Instagram? It's like I'm not, but I also still want that like proof of completion, you know?
I don't want to put like words or thoughts or motives in your
go
head,
ahead.
but like with the watch at least, you know, because you could have ran it, you could have still kept running laps and been like, oh, that was probably a good 12 right there.
Yeah.
But like, does that help you internally be like, all right, well, my pace was good, or at least it was better than last time? Is that why like you're so focused on that? Like it helps you be like, all
so
right,
it helps me know.
I didn't slack any.
Yeah, it helps me know for sure I completed XYZ
To
like
the T.
distance. Yeah, to a T. So I know, oh, I'm not guessing I did 12 miles and really I did 10. It's like if we wiped the plates clean out there and you didn't know how much weight you were putting on, and then, you know, I mean, this happened to some people with the calibrated plates. They'll pull a weight and they'll think, oh, that was 455. I'm like, no, bro, you put the 55s on. That's 475.
Yeah,
like, oh, shit. You know? And sometimes, damn, it slipped my mind. But yeah, so that's why I do this, because I want to know exactly what I'm doing.
It reminds me too of when the Mountain and Eddie Hall were doing that deadlift.
Yeah.
And he did 1,000
He did
pounds.
it, but it wasn't in a competition. It's like, does it still count? I think it should.
Yeah.
It should.
But
it's just one of
also
those weird things.
Yeah, I do see both sides of it though, just because even though it does technically count, it's like, okay, well, this other guy had to do it sanctioned or like through that certain structure, and just because, you know, the Mountain couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things for that for that particular scenario, because like, you know, imagine being in front of that many more people like Eddie Hall was versus Thor in his private gym.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
I think there would have been a little bit more pressure, but it still came up super fucking quick. So you can't be like, all right,
he could do it.
I feel like he could still do it today, or not now, but you know what I'm saying, like he could do it again if he wanted to.
Oh, I figured out my goal that you were asking me about a second ago. And I was telling Brock about this the other day, because I feel like when I have been more consistent in the past, it's because I was like posting more regularly, and it almost just felt like I need to show progress if I'm going to be posting more regularly. So I was thinking about, we have that company that we've gotten some classic clothes from, and they are doing a photo competition to see, like, you know, with the clothes that you wear.
they want to
like,
see great content.
Yeah, good content, and whoever wins, you get $500. So I was telling Brock, like, since I try to like learn different editing styles, and then also like I like their clothes and stuff, I wrote out a bunch of different like photos that I want us to take, and it'll give me something to like kind of prep for almost, and then also can learn better like editing ways to kind of match that look for their page or whatever to be able to post. So it's almost like three things: creative, like physical, and then also like content wise to be able to like prep for. So, and I want to win the $500 so we can split it.
And then that creates an opportunity that you don't even know about yet for maybe them looking so good with your pictures. They're like, hey, we'd like to actually, here's some free shit from here on out as long as you give us some content.
That's kind of ugly, but we like
it.
it.
Just crop the
you know what I'm
head.
saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know.
Make the calves a little bigger.
Yeah.
And that's how, like, I mean, even I have to remind myself, but for everybody out there, that's how those lucky opportunities happen.
Lucky.
You know, you
Yeah.
put yourself in those things. You're like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to try this. And then through that, opportunities or other doors open. You know, it might not be that, but it could be something else.
And what a great segue into what I want to talk about. So, the crew at the gym, these youngins at a local high school that have been coming here basically since day one. Just one led to another, which led to another. But these guys in here, they recently posted like a podcast. It was for a project for, I think, one of their college classes. They're kind of doing something ahead of the time or something like that. But point is, the project was do like a podcast, and so they did it. And I was just thinking about it. So I saw it yesterday, gave them a like, you know, shot them a little message or something like that, and I thought it was pretty neat. And I like that they're just putting themselves out there. And then this morning, I was looking at it to finish listening to it, and I noticed it had 11 dislikes. And
Really?
Yeah.
Yesterday it was 7-0.
I know, which
Dang.
is, and as soon as I saw that, because I'm sure that, and based off their message, they didn't see it until like the morning, but I sent a screenshot. It was like 4 a.m. I sent them a message that basically just said, anyone that has disliked this are a bunch of losers. And I explained to them that, all through middle school, I was teased and made fun of for like a YouTube channel that I started, and in high school, I was teased for like anytime I talked about lifting, or like, why are you carrying around a jug, or you trying to like get big, or this or that, just stupid shit, nothing too direct, but just a little teasing here or there. And I was telling them that anytime you want to do something like creative, something different, stand out, put yourself out there on Instagram, or start a business, or anything like that, anything creative or different, people are just going to give you shit. They're just going to box you in, grind you down, beat you down until you get back in line.
Crabs in the bucket.
And 100%. And I just told them that the same people that tease me are the same ones that message me for a day pass, that message me to buy a shirt, that ask me how to lose weight, ask me how to get bigger, get muscle, whatever it is. It's the same exact people that picked on me or laughed at this or ignored this or that. And you just have to just see the long-term benefits of being different. And as much as I'm glad I started posting and put myself out there as soon as I did, I wish I would have started when I was 14 or 15.
Me too.
And posted pictures and posted the process. Because imagine, I've been lifting like 7 years now. Imagine I had 7 years of YouTube video and content showing my growth, showing the things I'm learning, that what's changing. I mean, I feel like there's no way, even if the content's subpar, there's no way I don't have 100-something-thousand followers. Just because people, love seeing a journey, they love seeing one stick with it. You're going to at least find a few people a week, then month, then, it just grows over time. It snowballs. And there's nothing, besides getting teased, there's nothing bad that comes from just getting, Maddie's fucking with me. She keeps calling. She should know we're on the podcast.
Is it important? Check it real quick. Let's judge if Maddie's question is important.
Live on the air, too.
It is not. It is not an important question.
Oh, it's someone bitching on our Instagram.
About
Bro,
what?
about the comment that Kamala made. Oh my god. Fucking whiny.
Dang.
Whiny.
Yeah.
All right, back to the fire.
Shit.
There's only good that can come from putting yourself out there. Besides the teasing that you put up with, you're going to learn skills from posting videos. You're going to get better with articulating your ideas by talking on a podcast. You make mistakes along the way. I do it all the time on here. I stumble through thoughts. I go just brain dead. I can't spit things out, but the more I do things, not only the better I get and the better skills I have, but the chance that a company reaches out because they see your Instagram content, they see your YouTube.
Your audience.
Austin sees my, consistent posts on Instagram and mobility and this and that, and he's like, "Hey, this guy's pretty cool. He's consistent. Let's see what we can do." And it creates a
I didn't know you at all.
relationship.
You look like a low budget guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know Brock at all. When I first saw, I think I saw you on Instagram posting a bunch of stuff, and it was consistent. And that was the main thing. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And plus it was quality as well. So I was like, well, fuck, I'll reach out to him. Seems like a cool dude. He's putting out good, like, intentional, valuable content. So yeah. Anyways, also one thing you need to ask all those people, or don't even ask them, don't even acknowledge it, but like, where are those people's podcasts?
Yeah, exactly.
They probably ain't doing shit. They're
They
probably
just
just jerking
consume.
off every day.
Yeah.
So we had a little bit
Yes.
of a cut, but I want to show him the strawberries. It's salt and water.
All right, guys. So he says worms come out of strawberries, all of them at the stores.
Pretty much.
But what kind of shit mart is she
I never
shopping
noticed.
No,
some-
dude. It's not even
at?
like
Some shit mart. Dollar Tree.
trying to find a good video that shows them.
Yeah, look. It's probably all CGI'd up.
Yeah.
No, it ain't
It's
CGI.
the Big Blueberry is funding this. They
That's
don't
it.
want you to eat
The
strawberries.
big blueberries. Oh yeah. Here's the fucking.
So you don't eat strawberries at all?
Not after seeing this video. Okay, here it is. So look, she's got the strawberries. They're sitting in water.
Yep.
And then over time, you start seeing little worms just crawl out of there. These are fresh strawberries. You see those little like white worms just crawling right out of there?
Yeah,
You're
but how
eating
many
those.
times didn't you get a Chipotle order and you had like the butt of the lettuce
Yeah,
in
the
there?
butt of the
but
lettuce.
You still eat
That's
Chipotle.
not alive. Yeah, no, I don't go to that Chipotle anymore. That Chipotle. Listen, if y'all are ever in like near the gym, do not go to the Chipotle on Virginia Center
I mean,
Commons. 'Cause
yeah, it wasn't as bad. I'd eat that shit.
I bet you would.
It wasn't
I
as
don't
bad.
notice
You don't
it.
eat Whole Foods.
No, that shit'll kill you.
Yeah,
I sure will.
that's the truth. But do we want to crack into some questions?
Did you get any?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to hear yours.
Yeah, let's
First
hear yours.
one
I got some
is
quick hitters.
what is Austin's middle name?
Is that for real?
No, I didn't get any questions.
Oh shit.
Yeah, remember I told you I was working all day yesterday. So
Oh yeah,
I
you didn't
have
post
internet.
anything.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'll get some because I got a few.
I was excited. I was like, oh, Griffin got a
No,
bunch.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
No,
Oh,
I forgot.
Oh fuck! Did my question thing go away? Holy shit!
dang, this is
Holy-
a train
No, I
wreck of
can
a
pull-
podcast.
No! I can pull them up. Hold on. I just got to go to my archived. Right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Don't click off the podcast.
Dang, we're getting
Don't click.
dislikes by the minute.
Oh shit! No, here it is. All right. First question. Who is the show favorite? Who do we think people likes the most? I think everyone likes us for different reasons.
Yeah.
And so if you're kind of like an aggressive guy with more of an ego, you might like me. If you're more laid back and more interested in outdoorsy stuff or cooking or like artisan, you probably like
if you have a
Griffin more.
weird sense of humor.
What about me?
If you have a beard,
Yeah.
you like Austin.
I will say, like, every time I talk to somebody about the show or they come up to me and they're like, hey, I watched the show, I've been loving it. They'll talk about Brock and Griffin, but they'll never say anything about what I usually
We
say.
overpower you in our conversation.
Well, usually I don't want to be that guy just jumping in over y'all, so
I
I'll
think
be
it's
like, all
the
right.
dick to ball ratio.
Yeah.
No, I'm usually like, all right, I'm going to wait until they calm the fuck down and Brock shuts up
Yeah.
so I can talk, and that's when I'll interject, if I
Yeah.
remember. But that's usually 10 minutes later after the
Yeah.
convo's been that deep. But anyways,
Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
that's it.
the
I don't
Trinity.
know. I don't know. Y'all write in the comments who your favorite is.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
And then the person who gets the least, they're off the show.
Yeah, fucking out.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you're fucking in.
Yeah.
Whoever comments.
This one's easy. Who gets the most chicks? This guy.
Yep.
He doesn't always take them, but they're coming.
Yep.
They're knocking.
Yeah, sometimes even if you don't go to the party, it's nice to be invited.
Yeah.
So
He's drowning. Somebody send this guy floaties.
Yeah.
He's drowning
Yeah.
in it over there.
He's got the arms.
He's
doggy paddle.
Yeah. Who eats the most? I think we all eat the same, just different
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
Roughly
Yeah.
the same amounts, though.
Did have the
That was
2
it.
Dominoes yesterday.
Did you?
Dude,
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Coach ordered.
Bro, we just talked about you got to get on a week straight of diet. Holy shit.
today's Monday.
Diet
He
starts
folds like
Monday.
a chair, man. I swear to
Hold on,
God.
but was-
He looks at his
Brought
Tupperware
meals?
and he goes, oh, fuck.
What'd you? Oh yeah, I brought meals.
Okay.
He
Don't you
goes,
worry.
oh, fuck. Go on, Domino's.
Yeah. All right,
Holy
everything's
shit.
clean and prepped.
Yeah.
Oh, this is giving me anxiety.
Oh.
I gotta
Let me call
cheat. I gotta
Domino's.
cheat.
Domino's
I
always
gotta
makes me feel
cheat.
better. Yeah.
It's like one of those guys in a relationship. Oh, I just got to cheat.
I just got to cheat.
I got to.
Yeah.
So
lured me
my
in.
question is, best tips or ways for getting out of a plateau? I guess it depends on what type of plateau you're talking about, whether
That's
it's
a
weight
big
or
question.
like weight, body weight wise, or is it a rep weight wise? Like,
I'd say in general, it's one of two things. It's either push harder, so that could be drop the calories, just, work
Burn
your way
more.
up in weight, burn more, or briefly take a step back and then go back at it. So that could help with your central nervous system if you're talking strength, like taking a deload or something like that. Or if you're talking fitness, doing like a refeed or doing a week or two off dieting and back into it could do you some good.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a
oh yeah.
that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
Duh.
confuse the body.
Can I get the refeed special?
Make it 2.
pizzas.
Coach always says every other day is a
pizza
repeat.
He
Friday.
earned a burger and fries.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that I try and remind my clients is like, not every week's going to be a PR.
Yeah.
Not every week you'll be in the 180s.
Yeah, right. But like, seriously though, like not every week you're gonna go up in weight. Some weeks you're just gonna try and make that weight look that much better, or feel that much smoother. It's not like, oh, every week it's got to go up 5 pounds or 2.5. It's just, all right, well this week maybe I'm just gonna make that one, instead of jumping from 185 to 195. Let me just make that 185 look smooth.
Yeah.
Like, make love to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Barry White.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
Trying to make sure people aren't sneaking in the gym while I'm in here.
The garage doors are open. I was about to say, what are you talking about?
Maddie's just taking vacations nowadays.
Hey, when is she coming back?
She's back today.
She's just sitting at the house?
4 o'clock. No, like 4 p.m. But
she comes straight to work?
I've been a single dad all weekend with Dobie. He's been sweet as can be, but he's still, piece of work.
Are you making it out there?
Yeah, I'm making it.
Then you're going on vacation like 2 weeks from now.
Really?
Yeah, we're going from we're leaving Friday night, coming back Sunday morning. So it's like a day and a half, like at the beach.
Taking days off.
I know,
dude.
But I made it clear
here every day.
I'm still getting workouts in. I'll still run while I'm there. I told Maddie, I made it clear to her, when the fights come on though at like 6:30 p.m. It's still my time on that Saturday. So we better get our date shenanigans in place. Hey, anniversary or not, listen, babe. When the fights are on, the fights are on.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Or we're gonna start fighting.
You're gonna get a sandwich.
Never again.
Yeah. He's drunk again.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Dang.
Well,
This is a little bit of sporadic. This is a good podcast.
I feel like we dove into it heavy right off the bat, and then
Yeah.
kind of goofed a little bit.
Yeah, we
later.
bullshit at the end instead of the beginning. A little top heavy.
yeah. This is what the All or Nothing show's about.
Yeah.
A little
You
bit
never
about
know what
all,
you're gonna get.
Little
but
bit of all,
sometimes
a little bit of nothing.
a little bit of nothing.
A little bit of or.
Yeah, a little bit of or.
Yeah.
But hopefully you all enjoyed this one, and
Buy a stack
yeah, buy a stack.
when they're back.
Definitely keep your eyes peeled. Overcome should be back within the week. Fingers crossed. Send some prayers.
Oh fuck! I just got a good idea. Go on.
Yeah, and obviously when Overcome drops, expect for stacks to be slinging. I guess that's all I gotta say. Yeah, see y'all next week. Follow us in the description below. Ask us some questions. We're out.